Alrighty, so welcome to week 3 in Intro to Web Development. I'm excited you're here. Congratulations, you've gotten to week 3 with a 9-week course. Whew, we are rolling fast. So hopefully, if you're staying up with the content, great. If you're struggling a little bit, reach out for help. I'll talk about the tutor today. And in this case, here's a review of what we're going to cover in week 3. You're going to go local, which means we've been working on CodeSpace. You're going to learn how to set up a local, uh, I was going to say a local variant, but it's basically your repo locally where you had it on CodeSpace. Anyway, that's a great exercise. It definitely sets us up for where we're going next, and it's a good skill to check that you know how to do. And it's not that different than what you've done over on CodeSpace. So, but you do have to learn your local system a little bit, which is always a good idea. We're going to continue with our free code camp, part 3. You're going to have an assignment, Vibe of the Web. And this one is because we're going to start looking at CSS, right? That's our next topic for CodeSpace. For free code camp. Then we're going to learn a little how to use dev tools, how to do a little investigation, how to compare websites, and then you're going to build a site using Bolt. Okay, bolt.new, where you basically use a prompt to build a site. And that really comes back to what we're going to cover in attendance. But before I do that, let's actually just take a look at the calendar. So if you don't use the calendar, I highly recommend it in Canvas because it really gives you a view of where we're at. So now when I'm looking at it and it's a current day, well, you can see actually I'm recording this video even before the start of the official semester. Okay. And I'm doing it because I like to have content ahead, but I try not to be so far ahead I can't address some of the issues you may be encountering. But in this case, we in week 3, notice that this is actually week 2. And in week 3, it's blank because that's spring break. So if I roll forward, what you can see is we pick up now the content that is for week 3 after spring break, which means there's nothing due for spring break, which means also that I'm off for spring break. Tutors are off. The campus is closed for spring break. So I just want you to know that there's no work due, but also STEMI support systems are also not available, but my hope is that you will be able to get work done if you want. You are not required to. Okay. But this calendar can be really helpful to have you see what's coming next. All right. So let's come back. Now let's go into week 3. Okay. So I talked about spring break and due dates in general, and hopefully you're getting used to the way this course is scheduled as far as Monday night and Thursday night due dates. Those only change. For something like spring break or for some other holiday, which I don't think we have any others. But by the way you could tell is in simple syllabus. I talked about just a minute ago the idea of working ahead. Definitely suggest you do because of the way I grade and the way you can benefit from that. I do offer students the ability to have late grade. So, in other words, if you miss something but you post it after, you actually can still get points for it. It's just reduced in points, but there is a late pass in there. Here's a link to the tutor for this class. And then Discord is definitely out there. Remember, those are student to student communication. If you want to chat with me, if I happen to be available, but don't tag me on Discord, just ask your question out there and maybe somebody, because if you at me, I think I said this in the week 0, if you tag me, other students will think, well, I can't answer that. Only Rio can. And then just hopefully you're getting used to this too. Our schedules may be different. I'm not somebody that works late at night. I work early in the morning. I generally kick off around 6 because I've worked all day, but I get it. Your schedule may be different. This is why working ahead can really benefit you. Okay, so now this week we're going to watch a video that I think is a really important video, and I hope you find it thought provoking because that's the idea. So it's the AI paradox, and it's one that has gotten a lot of attention. And I know it's 16 minutes, but if you want to increase the speed, but I really want you to watch the whole thing because that's what we're going to have the discussion on. Okay. So when you watch this, they highlight some strange realities that AI often performs incredibly complex tasks like writing a block of code, but can fail at simple tasks that require human intuition or common sense. So, as we prepare to go through these guided lessons for Code Camp, right, and building your files locally, this paradox becomes a little very relevant to your journey as a developer. Because it can seem like, why are we still learning to code when machines can do it? And it's because we need to. And in order to benefit and to use the AI in an appropriate way, we still have to have that fundamental, not only skill, but understanding. So then when we look at something, we can go, you know what, that's not right. For one thing, AI can be definitely not correct at times. And you may be interviewing for a job and they're going to want to know, do you have that understanding? Okay. So there's a lot of reasons that you want to still learn these skills. All right. So now watch the video and then address this in your reply, right? And I've given you 3 bullet points to think about here related to this. Okay. And then, this is really a reflection on when you're watching it. I really want to hear, or in this case, read what you what was important or what you felt, right? What you felt when you started watching this, when you're learning this new skill, and why is it important for them to know how when AI can generate and identify? This is a really good one. What human skill mentioned in the video or one you possess do you think AI will have the hardest time replacing? And then engage with at least one classmate. And here's how things are graded. Okay, I hope you enjoy this and have a great week 3. And again, by this time, we may all be on spring break. It depends on when you get here. So have a wonderful time, however and whenever you got here. See you later.